Right then, you beautiful Reds, gather round because what I'm about to tell you is going to shake you to your core. Tonight isn't just another match. Tonight is history ***. Tonight is the night we've all been waiting for. The night that's been 30 bloody years in the making. But here's the thing that's got me absolutely buzzing and terrified at the same time. 3 massive stories have broken in the last 24 hours that are going to change everything about how we see this European adventure. And I mean ***, everything ***. First up, our rock, our wall, our defensive general. He's not making the trip to Spain. The news broke just hours ago and it's left us all stunned. Without him, how do we stand up to one of La Liga's finest? Then there's our gaffer, UNTHINKABLE, the man who's supposed to lead us into this new era, this beautiful chaos of attacking football. He's still searching, still hunting, still desperate for that first win that'll prove he's the right man for this job. The pressure is suffocating. And finally, the lads who were supposed to be our secret weapons, our summer signings, our £200 million gamble. They're about to face the biggest test of their careers. 13 new faces, 13 players who've never felt the electricity of European nights. They're all about to find out what it truly means to wear the Garibaldi red on the continent. Here's what I want to know, and I need you to tell me in the comments. Are you confident about tonight? After what I'm about to reveal, are you still backing this team to make history? Because what comes next is going to test every ounce of faith you have in this beautiful, chaotic, magnificent football club of ours. Hit that like button if you're ready for the truth. Drop a comment if you're brave enough to face it. Because what I'm about to tell you about our defensive crisis is going to leave you speechless. This European dream, it's hanging by a thread, and that thread is about to be tested like never before, right? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The news that's got every Forest fan from Nottingham to Seville absolutely gutted. Our Brazilian wall, our defensive rock, the man who's been the heartbeat of our backline. He's not getting on that plane to Spain. I'm talking about Murillo ***, and the confirmation that came through just hours before this historic Europa League opener has left us all stunned. UNTHINKABLE dropped the bombshell in his pre-match press conference. The only one that misses out is Murillo again. He trained on Monday, but he's still not comfortable, so I've left him back home. Think about this for a second. 30 years we've waited to get back into Europe. 30 years of dreaming, hoping, believing that one day we'd hear that Champions League anthem again, that we'd see the floodlights of European stadiums illuminating our red shirts. And now, on the biggest night in 3 decades, we're walking into the Estadio de la Cartuja without our most reliable defender. This isn't just any old knock he's picked up. This is the same injury that kept him out of the Burnley draw at the weekend. The same problem that saw him miss training sessions and left the medical team scratching their heads. And here's what's really eating away at me. UNTHINKABLE said Murillo trained on Monday, but he's still not comfortable. Not comfortable. On the night we return to European football, that tells you everything about how serious this injury is. When a player of Murillo's quality, a player who's built his reputation on playing through pain, says he's not comfortable, you know we're in trouble. So what does this mean tactically? Well, it means Nikola Milenkovic is going to have to step up like never before. It means Morata, who's been filling in recently, is going to face the biggest test of his Nottingham Forest career. It means we're going into one of the most important matches in our recent history with a makeshift defensive partnership. And let's be brutally honest here, Real Betis aren't going to show us any sympathy. They've got quality attacking players, they've got pace, they've got movement. Without Murillo's reading of the game, without his aerial dominance, without his ability to snuff out danger before it develops, we're going to be exposed. Here's what I need to know from you, and this is crucial. Do you trust Morata and Milenkovic to handle the pressure? Can this makeshift partnership keep us in this game? Because if they can, if they crumble under the weight of expectation, then this European dream could become a nightmare before it's even properly started. Comment below and tell me, are you confident in our defensive cover? Or are you, like me, absolutely terrified about what's coming next in Seville? Now then, let's talk about the man in the dugout, the Australian who's supposed to be our savior, our tactical genius, our route back to the top of English football. But here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to discuss. UNTHINKABLE is feeling the heat like never before. 3 games into his Nottingham Forest career, and he's still searching for that elusive first victory. 3 games of beautiful football, 3 games of attacking intent, 3 games of everything we were promised when we appointed him. And yet, 3 games without a win. Think about the pressure that's building. This man guided Tottenham to Europa League glory just months ago. He's supposed to be the manager who can transform our style, who can take us from Nuno's pragmatic approach to something more expansive, more exciting, more European. But football doesn't care about reputations, does it? The draw with Burnley at the weekend, it should have been a statement. It should have been the moment when everything clicked, when the new signings gelled, when the system started purring. Instead, we got more questions, more doubts, more wondering whether this appointment was the right choice. And here's what's really eating away at the doubters: the statistics. Under Postecoglou, we're playing the most attractive football we've seen at the City Ground in years. Our pass completion rates have skyrocketed. Our possession stats are through the roof. Our attacking patterns are more sophisticated than anything we managed under previous managers. But sophisticated doesn't win you football matches, does it? The fans are starting to whisper, not loudly, not aggressively, but they're whispering. Maybe Nuno wasn't so bad after all. They're saying, at least we knew what we were getting with him. And that's the challenge Postecoglou faces tonight, proving that his way, his philosophy, his commitment to attacking football can deliver when it matters most. Real Betis away, it's not exactly the gentle introduction you'd want for a manager trying to implement a completely new system. Manuel Pellegrini's side are experienced, they're organized, they know how to exploit spaces left by overly attacking teams. If we go there with the same naive approach we've shown in the Premier League, we could be torn apart. But here's the thing about Ange Postecoglou, he doesn't do compromise. He said it himself, I'm not built to be pragmatic. Tonight, in the cauldron of La Cartuja, with thousands of Forest fans making the trip to support their team, he's going to stick to his guns. The question is, will his guns be powerful enough to break down a Real Betis side that's won their last 2 matches? Will his attacking philosophy finally click at the most crucial moment? Or will we be heading back to Nottingham with our tails between our legs, wondering what might have been? Tell me in the comments, do you still believe in the Postecoglou project? After watching 3 winless games, are you prepared to be patient? Because tonight feels like make or break for our new manager. And now, let's talk about the elephant that's been lurking in the corner all season long. The £200 million question that's got everyone at the City Ground holding their breath. Our summer signings, 13 new faces, 13 players who were supposed to transform this football club. They're about to face their biggest examination yet. When Evangelos Marinakis opened his checkbook this summer, when he sanctioned deal after deal after deal, when he brought in everyone from **** James McCarty **** to **** Garneau Callum Uendo, **** to Oleksandr Zinchenko ****. This was the moment he was preparing for. This European stage, this continental adventure, this chance to prove that Nottingham Forest belongs among Europe's elite. But here's the brutal reality. How many of these 13 signings have truly delivered so far? How many have justified their price tags, their reputations, their billing as the players who would take us to the next level? The answer, if we're being honest, is uncomfortably few. McCarty, the England youth international we pinched from Manchester City, he's shown flashes, glimpses of the talent that made him so highly rated at the Etihad. But flashes aren't enough when you're carrying the hopes of an entire fan base. Callum Uendo, the French striker who was supposed to solve our goal-scoring problems, he's still finding his feet, still adjusting to the intensity of English football. And then there's Zinchenko, the Ukrainian left-back who arrived from Arsenal, with a reputation as one of the Premier League's most reliable defenders. He's been added to the Europa League squad at the last minute, replacing the injured Ola Aina. And tonight, he could make his competitive debut for the club. Talk about being thrown in at the deep end. But it's not just about individual performances, is it? It's about how these players gel together, how they understand each other's movements, how they adapt to Postecoglou's demanding system. And that's where the real concern lies, because 13 new players don't just click overnight. The pressure they're under, it's immense. Every Forest fan who's made the trip to Seville, every supporter watching back home, every pundit and journalist covering this match, they're all waiting to see whether this massive investment in new talent was worth it. Think about what's at stake for these players individually. This isn't just about 3 points. This isn't just about progressing in the Europa League. This is about proving they deserve to wear the Forest shirt, proving they can handle the pressure that comes with playing for a club with our history and expectations. Some of them have never played in European competition before. Some of them have never experienced the unique atmosphere of a continental away day. Some of them are still getting used to their teammates' names, let alone their preferred passing patterns and movement. And yet there's something beautifully romantic about it all, isn't there? These players from all corners of the world coming together in red shirts to represent our club on the European stage. If they can find that spark, if they can discover that chemistry, if they can rise to the occasion when it matters most, well, then we might just witness something special in Seville tonight. What do you think? Are you backing these new signings to deliver when the pressure's on? Or are you worried that we've gambled too much on players who haven't proven themselves in Forest shirts yet? Let me know in the comments, right? Let's step back and look at the bigger picture here. Because what we're witnessing tonight isn't just a football match, is it? It's the culmination of decades of dreams, years of planning, and months of the most dramatic transformation this club has ever undergone. 30 years. Think about that number for a second. 30 years since we last graced a European stage. 30 years of false dawns, relegation battles, financial struggles, and the constant question, will we ever see Nottingham Forest in Europe again? Tonight, that question gets answered. But the context of our return, it's not exactly what we dreamed of, is it? We're going into this match with our best defender ruled out, our manager still searching for his first win, and 13 new signings who are yet to prove themselves as a cohesive unit. It's hardly the triumphant homecoming we imagined all those years ago. Yet there's something beautifully appropriate about it, isn't there? Because this is Nottingham Forest. We've never done things the easy way. We won the European Cup twice when nobody expected us to. We've survived relegation battles that should have killed us. We bounced back from disappointments that would have destroyed other clubs. The tactical battle tonight is fascinating. Postecoglou's organized chaos against Pellegrini's structured, disciplined Real Betis. Attack versus defense. Youth versus experience. The unknown quantity versus the proven formula. Without Murillo, we're going to have to be perfect defensively. Every header needs to be won. Every tackle needs to be timed to perfection. Every communication between defenders needs to be crystal clear. One mistake, one moment of uncertainty, and this European dream could quickly turn into a nightmare. But if, and it's a massive if our new signings can find their rhythm, if Postecoglou's system can finally click, if the magic of European football can inspire performances we haven't seen yet, then we might just witness something extraordinary. The fans who've made the trip to Seville, they're not going there expecting perfection. They're going there to support their team, to be part of history, to remind everyone that Nottingham Forest is back where it belongs. Their voices, their passion, their unwavering loyalty, that could be the difference tonight. Because football isn't always about tactics and team sheets and injury lists, is it? Sometimes it's about moments, about magic, about the inexplicable alchemy that turns 11 individuals into something greater than the sum of their parts. And if there's one thing we've learned about this beautiful, maddening, magnificent football club of ours, it's that we specialize in the unexpected. So here we are then, on the eve of history. 3 stories, 3 challenges, 3 reasons why tonight in Seville could define the next chapter of our European journey. Murillo's absence. It's a blow that would shake any team, let alone one stepping onto the continental stage for the first time in 3 decades. But perhaps this is exactly what we needed. Perhaps this is the moment when our other defenders step up, when Morado and Milenkovic write their names in a Forest folklore, when adversity becomes the catalyst for something special. Postecoglou's pressure. It's real, it's mounting, and it's not going away until he delivers that first victory. But remember, this is a man who's won trophies at every level, who's transformed clubs wherever he's gone, who believes in his philosophy even when the world doubts him. Tonight might just be the night when all that beautiful football finally translates into the result we've been craving. Our summer signings. They're strangers in red shirts right now, but by the final whistle tonight, they could be heroes. They could be the players who announce our return to European football with a performance that lives long in the memory. 13 new faces with one shared mission to prove that this investment, this gamble, this leap of faith was worth every penny. What does this all say about who we are as a club? It says we're still Nottingham Forest, still the team that does things differently, still the club that finds a way when logic suggests we shouldn't, still the supporters who travel thousands of miles to back their team, even when everything seems stacked against us. The beauty of football is that anything can happen. Tonight, in that stadium in Seville, With the floodlights blazing and our voices echoing around La Cartuja, we might just witness the birth of a new chapter in our European story. If you've made it this far, if you've listened to everything I've had to say, then you know what you need to do. Hit that like button if you're backing the boys tonight. Leave a comment telling me your prediction for the match. And make sure you're subscribed because tomorrow, win or lose, I'll be back to break down every single moment of our return to European football. But here's my question for you, the one that's going to keep me up until kickoff. Will tonight be remembered as the beginning of something beautiful, or the end of a 30-year dream? And here's my promise for the next video. I'm going to tell you about the 3 transfer targets we're already lining up for January, including one signing that could change everything about our European ambitions. You won't want to miss it. Les Rouge. Tonight, we make history.